Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video on matte stickers versus glossy, and I've broken it down to the three main differences that I think, would be helpful to know these things when you're deciding whether or not you want to buy matte or glossy planner stickers. And I have two kits here. This is my Mountain Man kit in my shop, and I have one of them printed as glossy and one of them printed as matte. So I'm going to go ahead and show you both of those. But first, the first main difference, and I feel like a lot of people, this is like the main thing people consider when deciding if they're going to buy matte or glossy, is the price. And a lot of people think that glossy is so much more expensive than matte, and it can be depending on the shop that you're purchasing from. In my shop, glossy is only 25 cents more per sheet. So like a full kit that has 8 pages, the glossy version would only be $2 more. So it really depends on what you prefer, like as far as the look of it. That's going to really determine whether or not you mind spending those extra couple of dollars. I know in some shops glossy can be like $5 more for like a 6-page kit, which in my opinion is kind of crazy. And then there are some shops where they're the same price. But I feel like in that instance, there's a lot of factors that can play into that, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But usually glossy is more expensive unless they're selling a premium matte, which can be the same price or more expensive than glossy, which is crazy. So that's, the price situation. Glossy is usually a bit more expensive. I'm gonna make this quick because I think my camera's dying. Ooh. So you can see clearly here, let me zoom you out a little bit, that this is the glossy and this is the matte. So the next main difference is their appearance, clearly. So obviously with matte, it is completely matte. You don't have any sheen to it. With glossy, the stickers are shiny, and then matte feels papery to the touch. Depending on the shop you're purchasing from, sometimes it can feel like extremely papery. Mine feels kind of like a softer papery feeling, but it's definitely a paper feeling. And this is a very smooth, it's glossy. It's a glossy feeling, Another thing is probably the biggest, I'm just going to take the full boxes and just show you guys that so I can get these out of the way. The main difference in the appearance is going to be the print quality slash, what? No, go away. The print quality slash color saturation on the stickers. So depending on the brand of the paper and the brand of the printer, this is going to vary from shop to shop. But in my shop in particular, and in general really, glossy is brighter and more vibrant, and it usually is truer. The colors are truer to what you see on the screen, like on the computer screen. Obviously the colors on the computer screen can vary from what you actually get based on many different factors, but generally speaking, glossy stickers are closer to what you're going to see on the screen, and matte stickers are usually more subdued. So you can tell here, there's not really a huge difference, but you can definitely tell in the reds and the blues especially, that the glossy is just more vibrant and less subdued. And then you can see in the yellows a little bit, but definitely in the blues. So this kit doesn't have a huge difference. There are a couple kits in my shop where the difference is pretty noticeable. In the pomegranate kit and the I'm a Wizard kit, those both have very deep reds in them, and for some reason my printer on matte paper likes to kind of turn those deep reds into more of like a brownish red, which it doesn't look bad. I actually just planned my week with the pomegranate kit printed in matte and it looks really good, but it is something to keep in mind when you're deciding whether or not you want to buy matte versus glossy. Long story short, glossy is generally better quality as far as the color goes. Some shops it may vary, like it may be less grainy on glossy. Mine isn't really I don't really think there's like a huge difference. There's like a slight difference. It's a little bit smoother on the glossy, but my matte's not really grainy, so that's not really something I'm too worried about, but that is something to keep in mind, of course. The last thing to keep in mind when purchasing matte versus glossy are the pens that you can use when you write on them. So with matte, you can pretty much use whatever pen you want. Any pen's gonna work on it. It's just like writing on normal paper, you know? Writing on glossy can be a little bit trickier, but you can use a lot larger of a variety of pens than people generally think you can on glossy. So I'm going to do a little bit of a pen test here. Hopefully my camera doesn't die before I finish this, but I'm going to test out a few pens. I have a sheet of glossy sticker paper here, and I'm just going to go ahead and test out some pens for you guys. So this one is the Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7. So I'm just going to, my handwriting is horrendous, by the way. I'm just going to scribble, like I'm not even gonna zoom you guys in a little bit more. I'm literally scribbling. So this is the Inkjoy Gel 0.7, and I'll show you guys a close-up of how everything looks once I'm done. This one is a I believe it's a 0.4 gel pen from Jot, and I get these at the Dollar Tree, and these probably, other than the Inkjoy gel pens, best gel pen I've ever used in my life. So I'm using different thicknesses of gel pens so you guys can see how the different thicknesses perform, because they do perform slightly differently. And then this is a 0.3, come on. This is a 0.3 gel pen from Jet Pens. And then I'm going to use a ultra fine point Sharpie. Also, another thing I didn't even think of till now, but glossy is squeaky. So if you are bothered by squeaky noises or like squeaky things rubbing against each other, you're probably not gonna like the glossy, because when you go to write on it and it like moves around, it's squeaky. So keep that in mind. The next one is the Papermate Flare, and this is just a black one. And the last one I have is a ballpoint. I've actually never used a ballpoint on glossy, so I'm not sure how well it works, but I wanted to do it just so you guys could see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys up close. So all of these pens pretty much write really well. Even the ballpoint isn't too bad. So you can pretty much write with whatever you want. And then I'll just see. None of these are smearing. So as long as you don't like try to touch it right after you write with it, I don't think it's going to smear. Like even that, like that was like 2 seconds and it's not smearing. So I feel like a lot of people are afraid of getting glossy because they feel like they can't use their favorite pen, or they're really worried about smearing. I don't really find it to be a big concern, honestly. I don't really have any issues. I use gel pens most of the time, and I mean pretty much all the time actually, and I don't have any problems with them. So this video was super quick, I know, but I just wanted to throw that information out there in case that was something that, you know, you hadn't thought of before, or, you know, you find helpful. I just thought I'd do it just in case, you know? So that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that, you know, it was helpful for you in some way. If it wasn't, I mean, you can let me know. I apologize. But matte versus glossy. It's pretty simple. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye.